really, you can boil down almost all government into two camps, you know, and not to make everybody a monolith, but you really can. You have the greedy and you have the crazy. And that's who makes up our government. You have the greedy and the crazy. You know, you have the intellectually ambitious and people who view their politics as religion, and then there's zealots, okay? These people use these people to get what they want. The greedy use the crazy to make themselves more rich and more powerful, right? The crazy are the ones that spend their Saturdays going door to door, advocating for policies, this and that. They're
obsessed.
They're political Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what they are. You know, that's what they are. So I trust the greedy way more than I trust the crazy.
Because you understand them.
Maybe that it could be because I understand them, but I feel like I understand the crazy pretty well, and it's my understanding of them that makes me distrust them. The greedy will never burn the thing to the ground, because there's two parts that the greedy care about, and that's their wealth and their legacy, right? So when I didn't vote for Trump in 16, but when everybody thought he was going to be Hitler, I said there's absolutely zero chance this guy's he's a pollster. And first of all, he's not an ideologue. He's a pollster. He waits for the polls to tell him what to do, and then he does it. So he's the furthest thing from an ideologue you can get. The second thing is, this is a guy who puts his name in 40-foot gold letters on everything he owns. There's no way this dude is going down in history is going to do anything to go down in history as anything other than, you know, a guy who tried his best or did this or did that. There's no way he was ever going to allow his legacy to be tarnished like that. And that's why they were smart and they knew where to attack him. They knew how to attack his legacy.
Right.
But, you know, the crazies don't care. The crazies,
they'll burn it down.
They would rather rule the ashes with their team on top than be in a collaborative environment. It's when you stop looking at it as a political disagreement at the extremes, and you start looking at it as religious idealism, you start looking at it that way. And look, again, not to oversimplify things, but politics are intellectual, religion is emotional. You cannot have an intellectual conversation with an emotional person. You know what I'm saying? So part of what's happening in the country right now is you have people, and this is not just a right-left thing. You have Bill Maher and Russell Brand are champions on.
I love Bill Maher. I love Bill Maher. He's awesome.
And they're what they're doing is they're saying, guys, this makes no sense. We're being illogical here.
Right.
But they're slowly starting to come to. Russell Brand looks actually heartbroken. I don't know if you watched Russell Brand at all, but he looks actually heartbroken that his left could be acting like this, and then he's finally come to the realization. This is not. We're having a political disagreement with people who are religious zealots. These people are no different than any other religious extremist. They're no different than a Christian extremist, a Muslim extremist. They're no different. They all they believe. They have no bodily autonomy. Anybody who has self-autonomy, right, is a threat to their goal. Their
ideology.
Their life's mission is to forward the narrative. It is to serve the community. Is to serve the cult. So you can't.
That's dangerous.
You can't have a rational conversation with them. And as long as those people are on the fringe, it's fine. But that lunatic fringe is finding itself increasingly in places of power and influence, and that's what really scares me about this moment in time.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess like the world we're in, the people I listen to, maybe I'm in the middle. I'm a centrist. I'm a free thinker. Like there is enough people, I hope, definitely from my point of view, that are talking about what you're talking about, that are saying like, yo, relax. Like, that's why I love Bill Maher, because he's on the left, but he's rational. And I hope that there's enough of those voices to even this out a little bit. But we're living in two different realities, right? Like there's enough of these voices in our reality, but where are our voices in positions of power? Where are our voices in government? Where are our voices in the boardrooms? There's not a lot of centrist messaging out on NBC, ABC, ESPN these days. So there's a very, very clear schism between the reality we're being presented
by our, what I call the university elites, our university government elites, and then the rest of us down here on the ground floor. And this has been happening for a long time. 2 years ago, or really even Barack Obama's second term, when they were like, racism's never been worse in America. And I'm like, never? Like when they were sicking dogs on people, or like going after slaves who had escaped farms, you don't think that was worse when people were actually segregated? No, 2012, it's never been worse.
Dude, that's so dumb.
And very
yeah.
And then you'd walk out, into the normal world. You go to a bar and everybody's singing, happy with one another. I feel like this country is not nearly as divided as they're telling us.